Welcome to the Daily B Show, episode 113, with Harley Yochim, risking life, money, and mindset. Guys, check out our sponsors in the links. We got Amazon, Audible, Aquila Retreat, and Malumbra Estate. And also, if you guys find it in your hearts to support us at the Trim Tab Transformation Foundation, where we are working to basically eliminate child homelessness by 2030. So, guys, we've got Harley here. He is an ex-rifleman. He's shooting for the top, and he's currently opening up and establishing this new brand, which is Yogi Surf. It's absolutely awesome. And I've got a bit of merch here just to show you guys and, spread the love. But Harley, thanks for joining us, brother.
No, thanks for having me.
We're
happy to be
Yeah,
here.
we just met a week ago, 2 weeks ago, down at the cafe down here in Noosa.
Sick, yeah.
And
cafe.
we're just basically doing a bit of work. Harley's on his laptop doing some stuff. I was doing some stuff, and it's just sort of connected. And it's amazing how you just do connect randomly with people. But bro, tell people that don't know who you are, what you're up to right now, and just what you're passionate about and what's got you. Just pushing forwards with what you're doing.
Yeah, no worries. So I'm a veteran. Did 4.5 years in the 8th 9th Battalion. I got out at the end of last year in November. I was struggling with what I wanted to do. Wasn't too sure, but I've always loved the beach and surfing. So I was sitting there one day and then saw a couple people wearing t-shirts and hats and stuff like that. And I was just like, man, I could probably give this a crack. And I know it's a massive market, but I'm like, I'll just go all in. So I had the idea in November last year. Wasn't sure on the name. Yogi actually is my nickname from the army. My last name's Yochim. Just in the army, we always go by last names or nicknames.
And you didn't know what a yogi was?
No, I didn't know. A few people came around saying, "Oh, do you do yoga?" Because that's what a yoga instructor. I was like, "Nah." I think a Yogi Bear.
Yeah.
But so I started a year ago. Finally got all my products good to go.
Yep.
Was supposed to launch yesterday on the 3rd of October, but due to some technical difficulties with the website build, just had to push it to the right. Not too sure to be confirmed, but but the reason why I also got this up and running is I support this program called Mates for Mates, which is an organisation that helps veterans that are suffering from physical or psychological injuries they've got while they were serving.
Yeah.
So every purchase, every piece of merch I sell, it'll be a donation going towards them once a year.
Yeah.
So just trying to get all the help they can get because there's only 3 facilities in the whole of Australia.
Where are they located?
Brisbane, Townsville, and Hobart. Yeah, Hobart. Yeah, so 3, but we need a lot more than 3. But
definitely.
It's funding.
And you come back with a few injuries yourself, so
I've got I did a couple of discs in my back, my ankle, had shoulder surgery. So I've got a few injuries that are stopping me from doing some work. I wanted to be a chippy, but it's not foreseeable. So just working as a bartender at the moment, pay the bills, which is fine. Living up in the sunny coast, so I can't really complain about that. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, fantastic. And tell me a little bit more about what got you into the army to begin with. What was the journey? You played a bit of soccer to start with when you were younger?
I played baseball growing up.
I
played baseball growing up. My dad was in the US Navy for X amount of years. So, my brother joined a few years before me. So I got an identical twin brother. He's still currently serving.
Yeah.
And really, I was looking at something to do. I wanted to be a police officer, but I was like, do I want to do that? Respected heaps, but I was like, I don't know if I really want it. Yeah. Spoke to my brother, and he's like, yeah, man, join up. So I was like, yeah, go for it. So I joined up as a rifleman, and then, did my training. Went to the 8th 9th Battalion in Brisbane. And, it was pretty good. All the mates you make there are just, no one can compare to people that you've, sweated and, bled for and stuff like that, just months and months outfield. So
tell me about that mateship, because that's commonly spoken about, but really being able to look after that person either side of you and having that level of connection. Talk me through what that was like to come into that and experience that for the first time, but then also what it's like coming back out of the army and out of that environment and what it's like now.
Yeah, well, when you're in, you suffer. Well, you don't suffer per se, but you go through a lot of hardships with people out field, lack of sleep, lack of food, drenched from sweating or from water going through creeks, rain. It's just like suffering with people. You build this connection and this trust with that you just know that the person next to you is always going to have your back, and you go through that, and then when you get out, you sort of lose it. Especially me moving up to the northern end of the sunny coast. The closest mate I have is Clounger, but he's travelling around Australia at the moment. You lose a lot. It's like high school. You lose a lot of contact when you get out, and it's very hard to find the same mateship with people that haven't actually served because they just don't understand your mindset or mentality about things. Which is a massive problem with veterans these days as well. But that's why I'm helping out mates because they do such a massive job. So that's great.
Is that what you find is one of the key reasons why people struggle when they come out? Is because they don't have that connection anymore.
No,
and
you don't find. Yeah, you don't feel like you connect with normal people in a way. Each person is different when they leave, depending on their state. But a lot of my mates struggle as well. Like most of them moved either back home to Melbourne or WA or like wherever they're from. And it's just hard just going from a regimental mindset into a civilian world. It's a big issue at the moment.
Is that also because of the level of freedom outside of it? Like when you're in there, it's so regimented and you've got something to follow, and you're basically you're relying on the people, like your leaders and the organisation as a whole, to sort of guide your actions.
So pretty much like I wouldn't say it's the easiest job, but it's probably one of the easiest to follow because you just get told what to do and you do it. And then you come back out into like the real world, as we say, because it's a totally different world. And you got all this freedom, and you're like, oh,
you're gonna make every decision.
Yeah, it's like when I started working, because I didn't work for a few months, and started working at the bar, and like these guys like, oh, you got 6 hours, and you have to have a half-hour break. And I'm like, what, really? So it's weird, but it's just everyone's a lot different.
So it's pretty interesting to think about that. On one hand, it's such an extreme level of responsibility in the Army and in the Defence Force, where you need to be so savvy at your decision making and so clear on what to do and what not to do, and be relied upon for your decision making abilities. But then in the civilian world, to have so many decisions and such an abundance of opportunities and an abundance of options to choose from, to then not necessarily be comfortable and equipped with the decision-making process in that space? Or?
Yeah, I guess that's one way to put it. Yeah, because it depends, because you get told what to do all the time, and you also get a fair bit of freedom in the Army as well. But I guess that is a key thing where you're not used to being like, oh, should I do this? And you ask someone to, like, their permission in a way, and they're like, yeah, man, do what you want. And you're like, oh, okay, yeah, sweet, no worries. But no, it was good. That was probably the best time of my life, and best mates you ever have. So
cool. Set the bar high.
Oh yeah, the bar's high. The bar's like pretty high. But no, it was a good time.
And so, what do you find you've seen is the main differences between the lads that are really struggling and the ones that thrive when they come out?
Finding that sense of purpose. So coming from like the military or that like you're looked at in a high regard, and then leaving, it's like you don't have that purpose. Like in the Army, that purpose is you're sacrificing a lot, like a lot of family and that to help your own country. And then when you come out, people trying to find that job that has that same sense of purpose, but it's so hard to find it, and you just got to find your niche that you like or that you really want to strive and like grab hold and go for it. That's why I started my brand, especially because it's something I love, and it gives me a sense of purpose. It's not the same sense of purpose as the Army was, but I'm trying to give back to the veterans that are like currently suffering.
What do you find the differences are?
Well, obviously I'm running it by myself, so I don't have a bloke next to me or having a good old chat. Usually at home working on the computer. So missing that conversation side of things and that social aspect of it. But that's what I'm trying to branch out, start networking, trying to get involved with surf comps and stuff like that in the near future.
Yeah,
So that's the idea. But yeah.
Sweet. So just surround yourself by other people that are on a similar sort of path.
Yeah,
and doing similar stuff.
like-minded is the hardest thing to find. But you meet them in the cafe.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So let's jump into the brand and your love for surfing as well, because I mean, do you think it's just luck that you already had that passion? You sort of knew what you were going to go to, or was that a process that you really recognized, I need to find something to hold on to after coming out, or like what was that process?
So I started surfing when I was younger. But being from Melbourne in the area I was about an hour and a half drive to the beach.
Where every boy went.
Yeah. Yeah. And so like I always enjoyed the ocean. I always spent like the whole summer pretty much down there at caravan parks and stuff like that. But then when I joined the army, I lost that for a bit. And then I ended up buying a van, which was pretty sick. It's all decked out, bed in the back, power, shower and that. So every weekend I used to go down, surf and stuff. And then I was like, this is actually super fun and what I love to do. And you're out in the water and your mind's just blank. You don't think about anything, and that's the best thing.
Yeah, beautiful.
So and
it's
then,
like a version of meditation.
Meditation. Yeah, there's there's a fair bit of research with mental health or even physical sides being with the ocean. So you just sort of go blank when you think about it's the next step. So so
that's something as well that you're really wanting to share with vets and just people in general that are not really at their capacity with their mental health and physical health. So can you share a bit more about like your experience and even the benefits that you're aware of with being around the ocean and being in that space, and really what you'd love to share with people?
Yeah, so it must have something to do with salt content, and obviously the
salt or salt?
Salt.
Okay.
Salt content, because even like you see in footy players and like NRL and all that stuff where they do all their recoveries
in the ocean,
mostly in the ocean, in the water. And even my mum actually told me this story, like back in World War II, they actually used to take the injured veterans or like currently serving to even just sit near the ocean or something about just nature. There's nothing else going on. So surfing has, well, obviously it's physical and it's good. Like anyone can do it. Like even if like longboard, shortboard, it doesn't matter as long as you're out there having fun. Yeah. So the physical bit of it is you get fit. I was 85 kilos when I left the army. About 71 now. So that's just from surfing, not doing anything else, not dieting, just doing normal stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah.
How often do you reckon you get out there at the moment?
Oh, not that long at the moment. There's no swell up here at the moment, so that's a bit shattering. But as much as I can, just as much as I can. Like even if it's small waves, I'll get out on a longboard.
Yeah.
Bigger waves, shortboards. But it's good.
So tell me about what I asked you this the other day at the cafe. Like, what was the biggest skill or benefit that came out of your time in the army that you found?
Oh, the biggest skill. I don't know, Like, it's probably your mindset with things is like, if you want to do something, you do it. Like, you've got this drive behind you and you'll get it done. It doesn't matter if anything gets in your way, you learn to adapt and overcome that situation. And even if bad stuff happens, you can always see the silver lining and learn from it. So anything that is horrible in your life or something that, like, say, like a death or something like that of a loved one is, well, it happens, it's part of life, and you just got to keep moving forward.
Yeah.
Everything that bad happens, good happens, everything comes in threes, so you just keep going forward, nothing lasts forever, so that's the mentality we have, where we just keep pushing through no matter what.
That's wicked. There's so many people who struggle with that.
Just got to get the job is the main thing. You just get the job done no matter what.
Would that be one of the biggest challenges you see people in general public out of the army struggling with?
I haven't really encountered it since I've come out. There's a few people that I know that, like, some bad stuff happens to them and they sort of like just fold, where like if something bad happens to me, like I'll accept it and then move forward, because it's just what happens in life. Nothing it's not always sunshine and rainbows, so you gotta take the good with the bad.
That's it. And speaking of which, like you said, it's taken a year to get to
Taken a
this
year.
stage.
Yeah, it took a year dealing with trying to get the right designs, the biggest problem was trying to find the actual right materials for stuff and what I wanted in the sizing. So, and then after I found that, then it was sort of pretty good. Like just constantly like researching designs, drawing it myself, trying to figure out what I wanted.
So you designed this one
yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I used this it's logo maker.
Yeah.
And just like ended up getting this one.
Yeah.
So that's the main logo here.
Yogi Surf.
Yeah. Yogi Surf. That's one retro. Yeah, nice print on the back. So the best thing actually about these t-shirts are the way they're printed is they're not always going to be the same. There's difference. Yeah. So you're not going to have the same t-shirt as someone else.
Yeah.
So that makes it really unique.
And can you take us through the journey, like from you've already shared a little bit about how it birthed within your own mind, but I just want to share with people like how things come from a seed of a thought, a seed of just an idea, and the process that it's taken you to get to here. Like you share
long
that
process.
Journey.
Like I have no business, no fashion background whatsoever. So learning all that was so hard.
Yeah.
Like trying to find out the like legalities of things, getting a business set up, getting insurance, getting this, getting that. I actually went to Bali at the end of last year to get my clothes made, but that fell through. But also that's because I was not prepped properly for it.
Yeah.
And it just fell through. So, but I learned from it. I've made a lot of mistakes, and it doesn't happen overnight. Yeah. Everyone says it. You're like, nah, I can get this done, and you don't.
Yeah.
But you just keep pushing forward, keep learning as you go, and that's the best thing. As long as you need to have that reason why you're doing something. If that reason why isn't strong enough, you'll fold. Yeah. You'll quit. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the biggest thing I have is like I want to succeed. I want to push this. I want to get bigger and bigger, and also I want to help as much as I can people that I can relate to the most. And that's why I've picked mates for mates. Yeah. And that's why a lot of surf brands obviously want to clean up the ocean. And that's like massive. That's awesome. Like that's good. That's their thing. That's their thing. Yeah. And like everyone can relate to that, but this one's close to my heart. So to help out people that are struggling. A lot of people do suffer in silence. That's the worst thing is we don't speak up. Yeah. It's slowly changing, but we'll get there.
Yeah, I agree. And even someone like yourself that does have the passion, does have the bigger reason why, does have the courage to obviously step out there and put yourself out there, has the training and the mindset to push through challenges when they come up and see the silver lining. We were just chatting before we jumping on here about just the live video you did.
Yeah.
Yesterday, and the fear behind that, but like, not letting that stop you.
That live video, that was I've never done it before, and it was really awkward. Yeah. Talking to a phone, and you're like, wow, like you practice over and over again, and then I'm just like, I'm just gonna do it. I'm like, I may look like an idiot, but it doesn't matter. Yeah. Everyone's got to start from somewhere. Yeah. So as long as you keep learning from it, next time I'll prep a little bit better for it. I did write a little bit of things down and try to practice it, but then chucked it on and see how it went. It went pretty well. 1,400 people it reached, so that's massive for me. Might be in some of the people's eyes as like just a daily thing for me, but hey, that's my small win. I hit 1,000 people, so that's massive. I was super stoked.
Yeah, it's wicked. It is, and it's again testament to just stepping out there and like facing your fears, not holding back, and that learning process as well. Like I think I've had so many experiences where you go to set out to do something, but as soon as you start, you realise there's so much you don't even know, there's so much you haven't prepped for, so much you need to learn.
Oh man, that's even like as simple as I build a bar and stuff at my house. Like I'm like, watch a couple of YouTube videos. This is gonna be piss. This is gonna be alright. 80 hours later, still trying to put the frame together. They got there in the end, just persevere. That's what a lot of people, they want to succeed, but they don't really want to. They like the thought and like the end result, but like it's the journey along to learning and you like adapt. I don't like public speaking, horrible at it. But here we are, like in a way, public speaking. You guys aren't actually here, but you guys are gonna see it. So, So public speaking is a massive thing for me. Like, don't like being centre of attention. And
Yeah.
obviously, like before we spoke about this, I don't really like talking about myself.
Yeah.
Which is like a thing I've got to work on, because
Yeah.
obviously in the industry that I'm in, I'm going to have to talk about myself and the
Yeah.
brand and
Absolutely.
stuff like that. So
Yeah.
but yeah.
So did you what are some of the biggest fears that you've realized you've overcome already, and people that don't really know how to overcome fears or haven't put any thought into that but know that they've got them? What are some of the things that you've done that have really helped you, other than just facing them like you do as well?
So my mindset with that is, it sounds kind of arrogant. Like, I don't care what people think.
Yeah.
Like, obviously with a clothing brand and a fashion brand, you do need to care what people think. But if you don't like it, you don't like it. That's fine.
Yeah.
And that's how I have my whole life. I do everything. If I want to do something, I'll do it. Like, I learned to salsa dance and stuff like that. Like, everyone laughs at me, but I'm like, I have so much fun doing that. So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, anything that makes you happy, don't let anyone stop you.
Yeah.
Because, do they pay your bills or
Yeah.
opinions? Opinions don't. Other people's opinions don't pay your bills.
Yeah, that's
So,
awesome.
Just do what makes you happy. Like,
Yeah.
even if it's super weird or,
Yeah.
just do it. Like,
Yeah.
you're
That's
better off
it,
being, like, you got to be happy with yourself. You don't want to be someone you're not, and that's also another thing where I've never been. I've
Yeah.
always been myself.
Yeah.
And if someone doesn't like it, they don't like it. That's fine,
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm an easy person to get along with, and I'll always listen to other people. So,
Yeah.
but yeah.
I see why you're drawn to the mates for mates as well, because I'm pretty similar. Like, I've had dark times, but all in all, I've been a pretty optimistic and positive person and pretty confident in myself. But there's those people that we see that really struggle with that just want to shower with self-belief and shower with courage, and that zero fucks given to go out there and just be themselves and follow what they love.
Yeah.
But it really doesn't come natural to a lot of people.
No, a lot of people do struggle, and that's just the thing where, like, you got to get the help you need. Like, and a lot of people are scared to speak up and get that help. But everyone's got their own battles. You don't know what's going on in people's heads. But the way I live, I always speak up if there's something wrong. Like, a couple months after I got out, I was just driving to work, and then all of a sudden I just broke down and cried for no reason.
Yeah.
Like, and that was super weird for me. So, I'm usually pretty well, like, mental health wise, I'm usually pretty good. Yeah. And that just threw me off. I'm like, why am I like this? This isn't me. And then, like, got myself back up, had to speak to my missus. Just got some stuff on my chest, called a couple of dudes that I was served with, and they're like, man, that same thing happened to us. Like, when we got out the first few months, like, you just sort of hits you, because when you get out the first few months, it's like, yeah, freedom, this is awesome. And then you slowly realise, you're like, man, I don't see any of the boys anymore. Like, we don't hang out. We're not, like, going out on the piss together or anything like that. And it's like, shit, like, I'm by myself. Like, in a way, you're by yourself. And, like, you can't talk to your missus or your family member. Oh, I can talk to my family member because my brother's still serving. But, like, people just don't understand. Like, you can chat and chat and chat, but because you haven't done it, you don't.
Relatability.
Yeah, relatability is a massive thing. That's why a lot of vets will only speak to other vets.
Yeah. Okay. Is there a way that people that haven't served can be a better assistance, or can maybe help in a better way than they have been, or any suggestions you can make for people that know vets like that as well?
It's really hard because, like, a vet wants to talk to another vet because they've been through it, like I've said, and it's like, I couldn't tell you where to start with someone who hasn't served, because you can try to understand and put obviously yourself in their situation, but you just don't get it. Yeah, it's super hard. Like, that's a different area where, like, we have a lot of civilians that work on base. Like, you got psychs, doctors and stuff like that, and, like, obviously they're there all the time. They've got their expertise in their area. But yeah, it's even talking to, like, the psychs and stuff. So when you come back from deployment, you do your POP. So, which is post operations psych. Yeah, so you just do a psych evaluation, and, like, there are army ones, but they're all reservists, so they're different. They're different to speak to, so it's always better to speak to a mate. Yeah.
Okay. So do you think that's maybe a room for improvement for the Defence Force to get more people in the psych industry that have served before? Would that be a bigger help, do you think?
Yeah, that probably would be. Yeah, that would be a bigger help. But like I said, a lot of people don't speak up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't speak up. Like you just go about your day, and then until some people break down, and then then they have to start. They're at the bottom now because they didn't speak up. Where like I'm always happy to just talk. If something's going on, I'll talk about
So
it.
why do you think you have that and others hold back?
Oh, it's just like I said, I don't care what people think.
Yeah.
So some people do, most people do in general.
People really do.
Most people really do, and it does affect them a lot. Where I'm just like, it doesn't matter. Like I've got an issue, I'm going to deal with it now, not let it build up, and then and it's also just the mentality in the army is like you get the job done. Don't worry about that stuff. Your job is you need to get it done first. But that's just how it is. Army. It's not a business. It's not a company where where it's all sunshine and daisies and like that. You're in the army. You're in the defence force. You're there to defend, and to go overseas and do your job.
Yeah.
So and if the bloke next to you can't do his job, then it puts everyone else at risk.
Yeah. Can you touch on maybe the balance? Because I know when I talk about not giving a fuck, giving less fucks about people's opinions and that there's that balancing point. Because like you said, with your brand, like you need to care what the market wants and what they're interested in.
Yeah.
At the same time, if they don't like it, that's fine. But at the same time, you want something that is appealing to people. So
exactly right. If I'm selling a product.
Yeah.
Exactly. I want people to like it.
What's that balance though between, and just generally speaking, not just about the business side, but just not giving a fuck, but then giving enough fucks.
Okay, so so obviously if I'm selling a product, I want people to like it. Like obviously, because if they don't like it, they're not going to buy it. Therefore, I'm not going to succeed because it's just going to sit there and collect dust.
Yeah.
I guess what I like and what the market likes is different. If I like something, like some other people don't like it. Like I've got corduroy bucket hats. All right, so I had a couple of models. They modelled that down in just up here in Noosa at Tea Tree, and like loved the shirts, loved the hats. Didn't like the bucket hats. He goes, that's a niche market, which is fine. Because I know a lot of people that do wear bucket hats or like buckets. I know younger people like bucket hats. So that's playing towards them. I don't wear bucket hats, but yet I still stock them. You know what I mean? So I don't need to like it, but the consumer needs to like it. So I want to put as much effort as I can in the designs so I like it, but at the same time I'm trying to sell a product. So
What about behavioural wise? Like just me not wanting to speak up, like I was saying, because I care about what other people think about me, compared to going too far on the other side and not giving a fuck about anyone and just being too out there and too abrupt.
I think that comes down to arrogance. There is people out there that are quite arrogant. But also you got to find the people you can consult with, you know? So even if it's like a family member or just a mate, or even if it's a mate you haven't spoken to in years or anything like that, as long as you feel comfortable, like, then go for it. Like, I'm more than happy every time if I go out somewhere, say to a pub or something like that, go out in the smokers area, like someone will always come up and talk to me and I'll end up hearing their love story. I don't know why, I guess I give off that energy where you can come and talk to me and like you can be a drug addict, you can be alcoholic, you can be like whatever, I'll still listen to you. Like, like give someone time of day if they want to give something off their chest, like I'm more than happy to listen. Like if you want my opinion, I'll give it to you. If you don't like my opinion, you asked for it, so But everyone can live their life the way they want to live it.
It's just find that balance.
You gotta find that balance where you gotta you gotta put yourself first, but also you don't want to step over people to get what you want, which is obviously a hard thing in business because there's a lot of dog eat dog world, and but as long as you stay true to yourself, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, cool. Is there any pitfalls that you see people getting into that lead them down the wrong track around
that? Like normal people, or
well, you get into the business world and just starting to see people in that space.
The people, it depends on your networking. Like the people I've networked with are super nice. Actually, a lady that actually got me the job. I went to this social media networking to learn how to actually use social media to like build your brand, build your business, get more views, get more customers coming through. And like I met a lady there, and she actually got me the job at at the pub, which is awesome because I needed one.
Yeah.
And it just worked out well. She's super nice. Still talk to each other and like helping her. She actually does like makeup stuff, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, I wish I remembered off the top. Yeah, I wish I remembered what her business is off the top of my head, but I can't, and I feel terrible for that.
We'll chuck a link in the.
Yeah, we'll chuck a link in. Yeah, she's awesome. She's got a lot of videos about her, like why she hasn't pushed to start her business because everything inside was holding her back. Yeah. So she's finally recognised that and just pushing through, which is sick.
Good, right.
But yeah, it's good.
That's and that's huge, isn't it? Like there's a lot of people are
scared.
Scared
to fail. But hey, if you don't fail, you don't learn. You know. So if you do fail, you learn. You take the lessons from it and don't do it again.
Yeah, super quick.
You don't do the same things
twice.
Like you don't want to, but it happens. Everyone falls into habits.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah.
So what's some of the biggest failures you've faced so far that have contributed to your success?
When I went to Bali, I had obviously I didn't use a graphic designer. I just got stuff off the internet and wrote some dot points next to them, like what I liked about it, what I didn't. Went there, didn't know how many shirts I wanted, didn't know the sizing, didn't have the measurements for the shirts, didn't know what fabric I wanted. Completely failed. Awesome trip to Bali though, can't complain about that. Surfed a little while too, that was so sick.
Yeah, nice.
So that just realizing that I like to do everything myself. Like I don't like asking for help with things. I'd rather do it myself. Where then I realised I should be here, where I'm actually here because I didn't ask for help. I didn't get the graphic designers till later on. I didn't get the websites started build until last month, where I should have had that a lot earlier. And then getting the content to them where they're like, we need you to write down your content. I'm like, well, what's the content? Like, just what's the content? Like, how much do you want me to
Especially what you're doing the other day. You're just pumping up.
Yeah. And then it's like I'm trying to keep it as environmental friendly as I can, especially this day and age, obviously with all that stuff going on. So I'm trying to keep stuff biodegradable as much as I can, natural fibers and stuff like that. But it's super hard, and the t-shirts are made in China. Oh no, the t-shirt's made in Bangladesh, but it's bought from an Australian company here, and these are printed in Australia. So I'm trying to keep it in Australia as much as I can. But as a startup, I don't have this amount of money to get everything made here. So I've got to at least 2/3 of the t-shirt.
And these are really great as well. It's definitely good quality, feels good. Yeah. It's good. Same with the hat too.
Yeah, hats are suede, so they're pretty cool. Little leather patch.
Yeah.
So they're nice. Yeah, the t-shirts took me the longest to find.
Yeah.
And to get that, they're 100% cotton, so that's really good. You can put them in the dryer if you really wanted to. I don't do that in general because heat obviously going to shrink a little bit. They do stretch out, which is a good thing. I've tested them, put them in the ocean, rub dirt over them, wash them, and they always just sit perfectly.
Beautiful.
Yeah, real comfy too. So,
love it. All right, cool. And you got a little daughter that you're...
So she's 4 in December. So she lives actually down in Melbourne with her mum. She was actually born when I was overseas in Iraq.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so that was a big thing where you just had to push that aside because you got a job to do and you can't just go back when you want to go back.
Yeah.
So you had to keep your head in the game with that. But we were just there training people, so it wasn't a hairy type of deployment or anything like that.
Yeah.
Pretty chill, pretty relaxed, not much going on.
Yeah.
But still, you were away from home for 6 months. So the rotation before us was there actually for 9 months because stuff happened with the visas and all this stuff trying to get back over there. But she's 4 in December, which is pretty cool. She's growing up heaps quick. So,
beautiful.
Yeah,
how's it been a dad?
Yeah, it's weird. Obviously I don't see her as much as I want because I live up here. She lives in Melbourne, but that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
She'll be coming up soon, so that'd be cool.
Beautiful.
Teach her how to surf and stuff
Take
like
her on the waves.
Yeah. She'll be snaking at me, so that'll be right. But she's good.
Yeah, lovely. And last message, can you share with the guys again, just what Mates for Mates are doing, what you're really wanting to achieve and help them to achieve, and a shout out to anyone that might need that sort of service and who they can reach out to.
Yeah, no worries. So Mates for Mates is a program that supports veterans currently serving and ex-serving that have suffered from physical or psychological injuries from their service. So you just call them up. This could be physical. You could go do your rehab there. You can get on that. They do like events and stuff. All you have to do is go on their website, which we'll put a link in the description to there. You can do a donation or whatever you want, but obviously they're funded by the RSL, which is obviously everyone knows what the RSL is, but they obviously need more funding to get more available. What's that word?
Like people like
facilities. Yeah, more facilities up and running because there's only 3, so need more. If anyone's watching this is a vet, man, give them a call. They'll help you out. Just speak up if you're suffering, man. There's heaps of people that are. Just don't be scared or don't feel like you're vulnerable because everyone goes through the battles. You don't know what's going on, so just speak up, get the help, push through, man. Everyone can get there.
Yeah, so. One thing I've learned from doing these and actually doing live videos and putting myself in a vulnerable space, in sharing my weaknesses and challenges, is that whenever I share anything like that, multiple people come out of the woodworks just tell me that they've gone through the same stuff or they're going through the same thing. And the one thing I've learned is that I'm never alone. Anything that comes up for me, it's a collective. There's a collective consciousness that we're tapped into, that we're a part of with all the people around us. And if we're feeling it, there's other people around you feeling it exactly the same as well. So, it's not only for your own good that you speak up and you share what's going on, so you can assist and help yourself. But it's actually for the people around you that need someone to look at, to have a light shine on them, so that they can draw from your strength of coming forward, so then they can come forward. And it's just like a chain that just keeps pulling along. So Harley's here sharing about what he's gone through. I keep sharing what I've gone through, and so many other people do as well. But eventually it'll be your turn to step up and share so that you can get the assistance you need. But also the processionary effect from that is you're actually going to inspire others to do the same, which you'll realize is where the true power comes from opening up as well.
See, just don't feel like you're weak. Like, you're not weak. Everyone struggles with something. Just push. Get it sorted. Yeah, build that courage up and just get it done. Get it sorted, because you'll be feeling a lot better instead of suffering. Yeah. So, no worries.
Thanks for joining us, man.
No, you're right. Thanks for having me. It's my first podcast. It was a bit nerve-wracking, but it was pretty. Hey, hopefully we'll have a couple more.
Absolutely. Yeah. When's the actual launch date?
So the launch is so it's to be confirmed just with the website type of thing. Okay. But so once I know, I'll let everyone else know. I'll post on my Facebook and Instagram. So
you know what your domain name is already?
Yeah.
So I'll chuck that in here. Yeah. So even people that check this out and come across it later on, they'll be able to follow it through.
Yeah,
but
no worries.
At the time of recording this, it's a couple of days or weeks before launch. But
Probably a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But a bit shattering on that. But hey, it's a setback. Silver lining is I can get other stuff ready, more prepped.
Yeah.
Do more stuff, so that's fine.
Absolutely. Already drumming up a lot of interest as well with your new lives that you're going to be doing.
Yeah. The lives are going to be interesting, guys. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. They're not scripted. They're just, off the cuff and see what happens. So, oh well.
Rock and roll, bro. All right, guys, take it easy. We'll see you on the next episode. Thanks for joining us. Subscribe to YouTube, iTunes, and anywhere else you find the Daily B Show. But love you lots.